Hello and welcome everyone to yet another video in my playthrough series of Arnhem 44, Armies and Alliances, and this is a summary of the fourth turn. As you can see, the Allies are still ahead. They have, 10 victory points and the Germans have 8. They're actually pretty close. We're going to move on to turn 5 soon. As you can see, 30th Corps has been moving up the road pretty fast actually on their movement turn, and this is a card they played allowing this infantry unit to move up all the way here as well. If this was actually the best way to use that card, I'm not exactly sure, because the other units would have reached easily as well, and there wasn't much of a problem there really, I suppose. But yeah, the thing is, if you don't play two cards in the end, you just basically waste them, and I actually forgot to play an allied card on the German turn, so that's a shame. So 30th Corps is really moving up to Nijmegen, as you can see. On the German turn, however, this German infantry, the Germans did suffer a casualty here, which you can see here. That is the recon unit that suffered a hit. But then on the German movement phase, this infantry unit entered the board here and moved into Nijmegen as well, fortifying the area basically. So there was an attack there, and as I said, it resulted into a step loss for the Germans. But of course now, and some of the airborne, as you can see, they retreated a little bit so as to keep the Germans at bay coming from Germany proper, and to protect the drop zone as it was historically. And there are still some units there, but obviously they're going to be relieved and supported by 30th Corps. Over here we had an attack as well, and the infantry unit, these were some reinforcements coupled with the German units that actually left the board on the previous movement phase, so they re-entered. These units obviously are trying to cut supply, and it looks as if they did, but if I read the rules correctly, then supply can actually be traced this way. So they go here, and then they take this trail over here, and they move back here, and that way they can reach the Allied infantry, which are in the German ZOC, but the presence of them, I suppose, negates that. That would make sense to me, but obviously you really do not want the Germans to stay here, because they are cutting supply to many other units there, and yeah, you want them to be out of the way really. There were some units here, some German units at the beginning of the are actually here at the beginning of the they were actually attacked. As you can see, this is what the green arrow denotes, and the pawn signifies an artillery unit that supported it. This unit supported it too, but they didn't score any hits this time, unlike on the previous round. And those German units actually retreated all the way over here, planning to move off the board, along with some other German units that used to be, well, that were more or less over here in this area. But the thing is, they want to do the same trick that I just explained on the other side, because between these two white arrows, the Germans can actually leave and re-enter the board, and they will attempt to re-enter in the Nijmegen area to really put some severe pressure on the Allies there. I should have done that right away, actually. I shouldn't have moved them up here first. That probably would have saved me a little bit of time. That would have allowed me to enter them there now. So then they will have 2 extra infantry, soon also a tank, a mechanized infantry, and an artillery unit, and that will really put the pressure here, and will also prevent, hopefully, for the Germans, the Allied, 30th Corps units, the British units, from really taking this city, city hex here, crossing the bridge that way. And as you can see here up in Arnhem, the Germans have finally managed to dislodge and destroy the lone paratrooper there guarding the bridge. And they got some support from an 88, this 88 as well. On the first turn, it supported the attack in Nijmegen, and then actually on their own movement phase, it moved into this town hex, and this was a reinforcement that I put here, because this way where the 88s have placed now, they can relatively easily reach both Nijmegen and Arnhem, because they have a range of 7. So I guess those are good positions, and they're also relatively well protected against a potential air attack. What happened here as well, up in Arnhem, the Germans played the captured market garden plans, which meant that the 2 supplies that were dropped here, obviously, since this is a solo game, I knew that the Germans had this card, but I just pretended I didn't know. And obviously, as you can see now, the artillery units are completely out of ammo. So I thought it would be a good moment to play this card, and I had to use this one trying to still hold on to that hex. So I used the 2 artillery units in support defensively, and they managed to actually still keep the defending infantry alive, but on the German turn, along with the reinforcements and everything, they were finally dislodged and eliminated. And over here, the Allies managed to inflict a step loss as well on the Germans, as you can see here. I'll remove it obviously from the board, but just to remind myself that it actually happened, I put it there. But yeah, obviously the loss of the bridge is much more severe, and probably the Germans will try and squeeze really the Allies into a pocket again, as happened historically. So yeah, this is in a way a relatively light war game, although I really find it very satisfying, and also well, it seems to be really historically accurate with a minimum of rules. So I'm really enjoying this game. Once I finish my playthrough, I will give you a short review as well. Obviously, I won't be able to say all that much about balance then, because I really haven't played it all that much then. But yeah, I really enjoy it. So yeah, I think I haven't really forgotten anything important. I hope you've enjoyed, and see you at the end of turn 5. Thank you for watching.